hour. Joining me now, Larry Kudlow, who's a fly on the wall everywhere he goes. Trump's senior economic advisor, Newsmax finance insider, CNBC senior contributor, host of the Larry Kudlow Show, and author of JFK and the Reagan Revolution, A Secret History of American Prosperity. Larry, congratulations. What I mean, have you recovered? Has it all sunk in yet?
Probably not. We were on air last night on CNBC for about 7.5 hours, and I woke up early to do one of the morning shows, so I'm a little tired right now. But, you know, covering that last night, we knew it was a really important piece of history, and that was kind of a wonderful thing to be a part of. And I want to say, you know, you look at this whole panoply of issues and, you know, difficulties and mistakes and all the rest of it. At the bottom of this, you know, my thought right now, you know, Wednesday morning, is that Donald Trump understood how dissatisfied ordinary middle-class folk were. He understood that they were angry and that the establishment in Washington and elsewhere was not delivering. He understood that they wanted change, and he understood that they want to, you know, drain the swamp, get rid of the corruption, stop the corporate cronyism, stop the corporate welfarism. He understood that instinctively, and he knew that people were not willing to give up the American dream. And really, at the bottom of it, you know, we could talk about taxes and regulations and health care, all of which are important. But at the bottom of it, that was Trump's message from the very beginning, and he really picked it up towards the end. And I think it was effective, and I think he hit it exactly right. He just understood the American people in a way that no other political figure has understood it.
And, you know, yesterday, as you were doing your coverage on CNBC and I was here participating in the Newsmax TV coverage, we saw the Dow futures drop over 800 points. After Donald Trump gave his speech last night, it tempered down a little bit. It got better. Back to about down 300 or so. And right now, the market's up as I look about 176 points. So you said the last time I had you on, you said buy the Trump dip. And if you were able to buy it last night when the futures were down 800 points, you did okay so far.
You did okay. Yeah, you and I talked about that, and I appreciate you remembering that. That was my column for Newsmax. And, you know, markets always overreact and so forth. And somehow markets got the impression that Hillary was the safe candidate, that, you know, she was a more certain candidate. I just never bought into that. I mean, I think all of her problems, her legal problems, her ethical problems, and also, you know, importantly, Donald Trump has a very strong economic growth message, which is going to be great for the economy and for profits and for businesses large and small. Somehow that kind of get lost in the market. Don't ask me why, but it did. It's kind of like Brexit. You know, the markets collapsed, and then they started coming back very strong when they realized that that was a good idea. Well, with Mr. Trump, you know, you're going to have across-the-board tax cuts. You're going to end Obamacare, which is a prosperity killer and a health care killer. You're going to take the handcuffs off of energy. You're going to roll back all these regulations, and you're going to stop the government from taking over the economy.
What about
that's a powerful message. Powerful message.
I'm sorry, Larry. My Tim Kaine came out again, interrupting. What about the world markets? We saw the Nikkei, I believe, go down 5%. And again, like Brexit, and everything corrected soon. Do you think that the world markets will follow suit if the market remains up today here in the U.S. and it'll, you know, coalesce and accept Trump and move on from there?
I do. I really do. You know, I would be buying all these markets right now. Okay, I mean, I'm not a trader, Lord knows, but I would be buying it because, again, fundamentally, Trump has a very strong pro-growth message, and the world needs growth. And Steve, if the United States goes the wrong way, as I think it has in recent years, the rest of the world tends to follow. But if the U.S. goes the right way, the incentive way, the tax cut way, then the world will follow those examples. You haven't had a major tax cut in any of these countries since the Great Recession. I don't know why. Everybody opted out for spending and deficits and debt, which is the wrong approach. Another important thing is last night, Trump made it very clear that he wanted to be president of the entire people. He was going to be inclusive, and he was going to deal with the rest of the world. Those are important statements. I think the rest of the world wanted to hear that. And with respect to things like trade disputes and related arguments, I think those can be worked out in a very cooperative and positive manner.
Let me interrupt because there's something else the world wants to know. Do you anticipate being asked to be in the administration? And if asked, would you serve?
Oh, I have not even thought about that. I mean, first things first, and the transition will take place, and there are an awful lot of qualified people that.
Yeah, but Larry, if as a senior economic advisor during the campaign, if you were asked to be in the administration, Treasury, et cetera, any of those top positions, or in the cabinet, or as an advisor, would you accept?
Well, Steve Malzberg, when a president calls, that's pretty powerful stuff. And somebody like myself who's been there, if the president asks, I'm sure I will have a positive response.
Okay, that's what I want. That's what I wanted to hear, my friend, and you deserve it. And so does Stephen Moore and some others as well. God bless you, Larry. Say hello to your wife, and we'll speak to you soon, folks. We're coming back with the panel. Do not go anywhere.